recording minute 81?
71.
Shut up. Oh, fuck.
Welcome back for minute 71 of Dr. No. My name is Brian.
And my name is Christian.
And this is the podcast that takes the longest running, most suave, smooth, debonair spy franchise there is and breaks it down one shaken minute at a time, never stirred, because this is Bond.
Minute Bond.
And Christian, what happened? Toast to you with my red stripe.
I wish I had one to drink as well.
I've got some.
If I didn't have to drive in 2 hours, I would be drinking a beer right now.
We should be recording in the same location next week for 81 to 90, so I'll bring the red stripe.
All right, sounds good. This episode, they got very lucky. The guards are walking through the water with the dogs, and it's the music gets more and more intense, kind of like they're onto something, right? I think one of the guys even says that. I think they're onto something.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, these birds freak out and start flying, and then the dogs go crazy and start chasing, going in a different direction. So they got lucky there. Mm-hmm. And so they started to come out of the water thinking that they're, in the clear. But I think Bond hears the other guy walking by himself through the water and tells them to go down. And that's all we see. And my prediction is that Bond is going to, if the other guy has a gun, so maybe he's not going to fight him. I think he's going to throw a rock at him. I don't think he has his gun. Does he have a gun?
He might still. Yeah, he definitely has his Walther PPK. He was sleeping next to it, but who knows what the water could have done to that,
Yeah.
So,
well,
I will say what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, for entertainment purposes, I think his gun is going to work perfectly fine. He's going to shoot him right in between the eyes.
All right, so I got two things. One, last minute, I said that when I was watching the actual iTunes copy with subtitles, I got a little carried away. So I caught myself on the dog shot right after that one guy said they're on to something. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm not supposed to be here. Nice. And two, we'll get into this minute, but unrelated, I want to say, I saw this on someone's Instagram. Don't remember whose it was, so I couldn't shout him out, but I got this.
Yes, I saw that, and I want to get it myself, but You want to read the chapter after the movie? That's too tempting for me. I can't have a book here and not read it.
Well, it's used, and I can bring it over whenever we finish it, the day that we do our commentary on this.
Oh, yeah.
So that's fine. I actually thought, for some reason, that this was just a bunch of reviews. I haven't read a word, but what I could tell is it looks like it just goes into details. Like, there's titles for different things, like musical notes, memorable quotes, fashion victims, I guess. I don't know.
Okay.
We'll get into that. So it's a more dynamic book than I thought.
Nice. I like it. I'm excited to read that.
Yeah. But it's definitely out of print because the only copies are used copies on Amazon, or maybe new, but nothing from Amazon. Nothing from everything was a third party seller. But
I'm fine with it.
All right.
I'll spend the $5 or whatever it is.
What's up?
How much was it?
It was like, with $3.99 shipping, it was like $13-14.
Nice.
Yeah, no Kindle version.
They could have digitized it.
Yeah, that's why I think it's out of print, or whoever published it is either out of business or has no vested interest based on their previous returns of actually.
What movie does it go to? How many does it go over?
It goes through Dr. No. It also includes the Woody Allen Casino Royale parody.
What?
So, I mean, there's I think
That's
two
random.
Bond films, Never Say Never Again, and the first Casino Royale, that aren't technically Eon, or like the Broccoli, Cubby Broccoli and Barbara Broccoli films. So they're technically Bond films.
Okay.
But we're not breaking those down here. When we break them down, it will be, I don't know. It should be after all the in continuity or like mainline Bond films. But it goes from Dr. No to Die Another Day. Was that Brosnan's last film?
I couldn't tell you, Brian.
Wow, there's only like 4 pages for that. But it does end with James Bond will return. Spoilers.
Regardless, I think we should definitely review those movies. Mm-hmm. I think that'd be fun.
Yes. If we get to this whole end and we have nothing else to break down and we want to continue, we'll go back to the Woody Allen one.
Okay.
or at the very least, watch it, record our reaction, and just be like,
Yeah.
what?
That would be fun if we actually recorded our reactions live.
Yeah, it depends on how much we're interested in seeing a really weird parody of James
I think
Bond.
it'd be fun to
James
compare
Bond?
it to the other ones.
Oh, definitely.
It's going to be so different.
Well, in like 8 years, when we come to that point, we'll decide if we need to break it down minute by minute or just
In
record
8
our
years.
reactions.
Yeah. Fuck. Okay.
All right.
So, what do you have for this minute?
So this one, after most of them passed, Bond came up way too early. I was like, there's no excuse for that. You are not holding your breath. You're literally not holding your breath. You have no excuse to come up that early, because he could have just been like, well, I heard some watery barks. Still pretty close, but they kind of got a little quieter. What? And then boosh, everyone comes up. And also he sees that other person and he's just like, let's crouch down. They still got their straws, you know?
Yeah.
Just go back under the water and like they can clearly see through the water. It's clear enough it's not hurting them because their eyes were open. Look at where that one guy is. And if he gets close and he's not passing through and he might bump into you, then jump him. Like, be like the creature from the Black Lagoon. Just be like, hurrah! You know, drown that motherfucker. I think he's going to drown him. I don't think he's going to throw a rock at him or shoot him. I think he's going to drown him like the sociopath Bond can be sometimes.
That'd be good. I would enjoy him jumping on his back and drowning him.
Yeah, and I could imagine a beautiful music score during that, like very intense. I think there was some good music in this minute too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, speaking of music score, I liked when the Bond, the classic Bond sound, music, song, whatever, came on, but it was like almost it sounded like tribal or something. I don't know what the right word is, but I like that because there was drums. Did you hear it? You remember?
Not specifically. I'm not remembering off the top. But on the topic of music, I want to mention that song that she was singing and the song that he put on in the apartment of the woman who he knew was double crossing him. There's an earlier scene, because I'm posting these minutes as they go live on Instagram.
Yeah.
Where that song shows up again. So that song actually shows up at least 3 times. Was it a mango song? I don't know.
Yeah.
Something about fruit.
Bananas? Mangoes? I don't know. It's definitely a tropical fruit.
Yeah. Yeah. Bananas are like, geez, we got to go to Jamaica to find those. Very rare.
What is your, well, actually, you already said your prediction, so I got nothing else for this minute. How about you?
For a simple minute, this had tension, at least. You know, there's been simple minutes where you're like, okay, he dusted his briefcase and put a hair on his wardrobe door or whatever. All right. Like, there's no tension. No, you're not like captivated. You're like, oh, okay, that's what he's doing. All right. But I like at least that this had that extra flavor, extra spice, extra little red spice. For anyone on video, I took some Red Stripe and Salt Bayed it. Right? His name's Salt Bay.
I have no idea.
I hear that guy's a dick, or at least he lets his managers run his restaurants fucked up.
Is that where the GIF comes from? Or the meme where the guy's like...
Yeah, I have no idea who he is, but he's some restaurant owner, and there was a report recently that, like, this guy was suing the restaurant because they were like, do you want the chicken and shit? Or whatever, and they were like, or they ordered that, and then it comes out with the gold plating, which is so much more expensive, but they were like, oh, is this how it is? All right, cool. And then they get the check, and they're like, what the fuck? I didn't order this. And then, you know, they threatened to arrest him, and apparently that's happened a lot.
Damn.
Or enough times to be an issue, and that's his restaurant. I don't know if it's just the culture or if he's like, we need to sell more of these, and then the manager's like, well, I know one way we could do it. You know, kind of
interesting,
like GameStop, where you achieve the goal, but you destroy the reputation and the culture by doing that.
I'm gonna have to look into this, Brian, because I don't know anything that you're talking about. I have no idea who this guy is or his restaurant.
But he is that meme.
Yeah, I know what he looks like, and that's what I know him as being famous for, the fucking meme. That's so funny.
I bet it hasn't hurt his business. It's good to be a meme.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
We got to make that song. After we do Doctor No You Didn't, we got to do a song and music video. It's good to be a meme. It's good to be a meme. Even if you're that awkward, you're